Hey, look what's back. All right, so I know it's been a while since I've had the 84 Bronco II LS swap project on the channel. If you guys remember the last video, I did kind of a walk around video as far as what components are in it, how it was built, basically a build video before I took it down to my buddy Brian Racy's house at Random Adventures. So it's been down there now since, when was that? I don't know, don't quote me on it, last September, October-ish, I think. So he's had it for a while, and Brian has done an amazing job on getting this thing not only up and running, but he has went through and done so many finishing touches. I mean, there's just so much stuff that he's done in this truck, and I'll cover it. I'm not sure in this video, but the next. So I guess the big question is, why is it back in my shop? So the truck starts up, the truck drives, and functions how it's supposed to, but it will not shift out of first gear, even though the Holley EFI system is telling it to shift. It's commanding second, third, fourth gear, but it only stays in first. The transmission and the motor originally has always been kind of a concern for me, which I expressed to Jeff quite a few times back when I first got the truck. Unless you personally pulled the motor and transmission out of a donor vehicle and knew that it worked, I would never take a chance on just throwing an unknown drivetrain into a custom high dollar build now. So luckily it seems like the motor runs great, runs really good. The transmission though, like I said, it will not shift out of first gear. It'll go forward in first, reverse, no problem. No other issues that we can see or tell. It could be as simple as, I think there's 2 solenoids inside the trans, but there's also a pretty big leak between the transmission and the transfer case. So I don't know if the gasket got sliced or pinched or what the deal was, or the RTV didn't seal in a spot. I can't really recall how I sealed it back in the day. So it's been just leaking out fluid like crazy at Brian's house. He's been, replenishing it. So Brian doesn't have a hoist yet at his place. Obviously I do. So I said, you know what, let me take the truck back. I will pull the T-case, fix the leak. But then we started talking and brainstorming. If we got to pull the transmission pan anyway, lose all that fluid, just to change out the solenoids, which is a fairly easy thing to do. To me, it makes sense if I'm already taking stuff apart. Let me just pull the drive shafts. Let me just pull the transmission out. Let's drop the transmission off at a transmission place and have it gone through 100%, refreshed, rebuilt. That way we know we have 110% transmission in this truck. So that is the plan. That's Jeff agreed to it. Jeff's on board. It only makes sense to me and Brian. Like I said, the amount of time, hours, money spent on this truck, let's not chance the $300 junkyard transmission. Let's get that thing rebuilt. All right, so let's take a look underneath the hood here. So everything is, like I said, it's an up and running truck at this point. So it's got the battery put in, it's got all the wiring done, the Holley EFI, everything is just mounted as factory as possible in this truck. Brian did an awesome job on this. I'm trying to remember everything he's done, but the harness for the EFI or the Holley system is about as factory as you can get from Holley. Brian routed it really nice. He's got all those power buses, power bars. I mean, everything is just set up really nice. Let's see here. Got a brand new coolant and overflow bottle in here. Brian also put some Splash shields on the inner fenders, just to kind of keep some more stuff out of here. With the full width axles, we don't throw as much junk up underneath the engine bay as a narrow axle does, but still nice to have some protection. Got the nice throttle cable set up, nice, short and sweet. Got a simple air intake set up. I'm sure down the road Jeff will possibly change it in a way to block heat, and then also put a dust and water sock on the filter itself. This was just a simple solution to get it up and running, but it will probably be a change in the future, like I said, just so it's not sucking in 100% hot heat and protect. But it's a hell of a filter. I mean, that thing's huge. I don't know if that's like a 4-inch pipe, so definitely has all the airflow it needs. Real quick in the inside, another thing Jeff really wanted to be done was utilize the stock Silverado manual shift lever and trim piece. Brian made that happen, and it looks great and functions really nice as well. Brian did all the dash work, and again, he's got a lot of this stuff covered in his videos on Random Adventures. I'm just doing a very quick video of this stuff. This right here is the Holley EFI gauges. I mean, it's just 100% digital. Everything's built in. All of your temps, pressures, turn signals, brights, tack, everything's inside that screen. Super cool. I don't want to keep rambling on about all this stuff. Like I said, it's all covered in Brian's videos. But let's do a startup. You guys see how it starts up. It's been sitting for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days since I've moved it. So let's start it up, and then maybe we'll put in 4-wheel low and just crawl around in that one rock pile that I got out back, just to kind of see it actually moving and in action. I mean, this thing just starts up like a brand new Chevy Silverado. Just starts right up. There's no cranking. There's nothing. It just pops right off. Runs super smooth. Once it warms up, I mean, it idles consistently at 875, 900 RPMs, and just super smooth. Quiet, smooth. See the Holley EFI system here. So right now it's in warm-up mode, so it's just over 1100 RPMs. Oh, it shows the odometer on there, the voltage. You would see the speedometer. Look up in the right and left corners is your turn signals and your brights. Got coolant temp, 83 degrees and climbing. So, really cool system. And I know it's not going to pick up the exhaust accurately, but this thing has such a nice mellow idle. The exhaust work it's just awesome on this truck. It still has that little bit of rumble when you step on it, but overall, idling, crawling around, super quiet and smooth. It's awesome. I'm sure you guys have seen this little rock pile on a couple little videos or shorts or pictures. Nothing big, nothing crazy. Although I do see that my dad did add some more rocks here. Keep in mind the truck does not have a front locker. The rear ARB is not set up yet, so right now it's open, and I did not lower the tire pressure down at all. So I expect it probably isn't going to look amazing, but let's just try it. Hey, not too bad, huh? Like I said, no big deal. It's not a huge rock pile. That I can't flex it out that much right now anyway, because I still have not trimmed the fenders, so I can't do anything too crazy. But I just knew it would look cool to actually see it finally driving out in the wild. All right, so we're back in the cab here, idling in the low 825s, 830s. Right now I'm in 4 low. If I remember which way this goes. Then neutral. All right, now we're in too high. This thing's so fun. Got the Art Car shifter with the 4L60E. Shifts great. Super easy. All right, so we're back in the barn. So I'm gonna get this thing up on the hoist. And, well, got to cool down now because it's hot. But I will do a couple more videos as I'm covering stuff. And then ultimately, it's going to be a brand new trans. All the fenders will be trimmed out. And then I'll be getting the steering and 4-link, all that stuff 100% aligned. And then now that we're back at my shop, Hollyoaks is only 15 minutes away. So we will be doing some real test and tune sessions with this truck when it's up 100%. All right, you guys, stay tuned.